Hey everyone, it's time once again for the podcast. This is the first one. It's Thought Sprinkles.
Hello. Y'all probably don't know who we are. This is Seth talking, and Caleb was the one who opened.
Yes, my name is Caleb.
And there's me.
He's Leslie.
Oh, yeah.
Seth, Leslie, and Caleb are the Thought Sprinkles.
Yes. That will be our stage name for no reason at all.
This is...
So-
boy.
Wait, none of us know how to do podcasts. It's
Is
really...
that obvious? I feel like that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It feels really strange because I'm talking to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that this is. It's just me talking to friends.
Yeah.
And you talking to friends. And he talking to friends.
Yes. And none of us knowing what we're doing, which
Nope.
is good.
Feel free to leave if you're here. I don't even know how you found us.
Please don't leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just dump right into it.
Yeah, if you like what you hear, there's plenty more coming. So,
We have nothing to do. None of us are in school, so this is like...
yeah.
Yeah, we're all basically the worst kind of adults.
We are like the most inexperienced amongst...
Stalling adults.
Yes. Precisely.
We're all too afraid to move on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, too deep.
so
Back up.
here's the thing. I'm the only one at my place of work that knocks before entering a washroom. This is startling because who knows? I'm just in the washroom, maybe getting changed into my uniform or doing my business, and then just this crashing at the door. Because the people I work with, they don't just like turn the handle; they like run into the door to open
Yeah.
it.
Like Kramer.
It's
Inside.
it's terrifying every time, and I'm the only one who knocks. And my question is this only a problem for me? If you're in the washroom, Seth, at your place of work, and someone needs in, do they knock?
Well, we have the occupied lock sort of thing that just tells this is occupied.
Oh,
or
so
it's
it
not.
actually tells you if it's
Yeah.
if someone's in there or not.
Yeah, we have that lock.
Mine is just a curtain. There's only a curtain.
Oh no.
Wow, what is he doing?
He-
That
There's
was-
a cat over there.
Okay,
There's
wait.
actually two cats down here
Yeah, we
with
have two
us.
cats, Diggory and Polly. Diggory just jumped very weirdly,
He like jumped backwards somehow.
like those stupid cat videos.
But yes, my work only has a curtain because I work. I mean, it's fun there, but it's also interesting. In the best
Wait, it's
way.
just a curtain? So people just like shink and like pulled away the curtain?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so horrible.
Well, okay, I'm a lifeguard and a swim instructor, and like it's just a change room. The washroom is in the change room,
Mm.
but it's only a curtain. I've also been showering and had people rip the curtain open like
Ooh, that's fun.
violently. That's the most vulnerable I've ever felt.
I'm gonna try sitting like this, but yeah,
Like
it's
how?
gonna-
Describe for the listeners.
I'm
at
sitting. I'm sitting like Leo's French girls, but if they were sitting up,
Yeah.
like take
Saucy.
that position and then just sit up, but leave the legs in the same position, and then there you go. And it's really uncomfortable, and I don't like it.
home. He's also right next to me. It's just a little unnerving.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I thought it would be better. It's not.
Yeah.
I really thought it was gonna be better. Hickory, don't chew on that.
What's he chewing on?
Cable. That's
He
attached
chases
to the-
after all cables. Whenever
Oh,
I'm trying
fun.
to plug in my laptop, and I'm just trying to wrap it up, he's just after that cable. He's just
Yeah, I forgot about that. He's fun. Polly's more fun, though. I like her better. Right now, she's carrying a piece of paper in her mouth. It's very cute.
Yep.
Confirmed.
Cat's cute confirmed. Triple C, baby.
Confidential. Cat's cute confirmed.
Confidential Cats, the movie.
I'd watch that movie.
Dun,
That
dun,
sounds cute
dun,
as hell.
dun.
A movie all about cats. We've had dog movies like Beethoven.
Well, we have Cats and Dogs, which is basically a spy movie. Dogs
Yeah.
dogs take on cats that are trying to take over the world.
Yeah, but the cats are always the bad guys. I argue that the dogs are the bad guys. Cats just want to like have a good time.
You're right. Cats are just there. They're just chilling. But who's the one that eats up the couch? Dogs.
Dog. Who eats its own vomit? The dogs. That's something that
That's
a villain
nasty.
What?
Ever seen a dog doing that?
Have you-
would do.
which
It's just
Yep.
which
That's
domestic
reverse vomiting. That's what it is.
A new treat.
which domestic
did
creature
this come
has a
from?
tail that is able to fell little babies? Dogs.
True. I've never seen a. Actually, no, that's not true. I was gonna say I've never seen a cat knock over a baby, but that's entirely false.
No, with just his tail.
I think we've all seen the video of the cat doing parkour off the baby's head.
Yeah.
What?
Have you not
I've
seen
never
this?
No, I haven't. I
Oh
don't think
my
I have.
goodness. It's amazing. It's just this like little toddler. He's still
Okay.
bald and everything, so it's even funnier. Just like walking through a living room and this cat just blasts out of the corner of the room and jumps off the baby's head into another dimension. It's amazing.
What?
I laughed
That's
for probably
amazing.
35 seconds.
Ridiculous.
A long time.
Long time dancing. That's
Redonkulous is the worst word, by the way.
What? How is it the worst?
I hate it.
I would argue that anus is one of the worst words.
I would also put forward moist, but I think we
Ooh,
can all agree on
moist.
that one. Crevice, too, is pretty nasty.
Crevice.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a word that a word that I said the other day that made that list, the gross list, and now I can't remember what it is.
Oh,
What? Well,
It wasn't frothy.
brothy?
No.
Broth?
foam. Did it
Foam?
mean froth?
No. I don't know why I said that.
That is
Foamy.
unhelpful.
Is it foamy?
Nope, it wasn't. It didn't even. I don't know. I just all I know is that I said a word and it was gross.
Oh boy.
You
You sounded like Pac-Man.
Boy, boy.
I love arcade games, like playing them on an actual machine.
I actually have never done that.
I got really good at pinball when I was like 15. I don't know why I got so good at pinball. I don't know where I was practicing it, but like I was the bomb. And I tried to play it at the rec room the other day, and it did not work.
I've never.
I scored like 6.
You lost all your talent. You gotta do that regularly.
Dang it.
I've actually never been to the rec room.
It's
Neither
pretty
have I.
fun. It's very loud. We
Ooh.
should go sometime. It's
Yes.
great.
If they have a VR setup, I've never done VR before.
They have like Universal Studio style type video games where you like sit in it and it's a big screen and then the box shakes sometimes.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
we-
pretty fun. I shot a bunch of zombies and my friend was like, "Why are we in here?" And I was like,
Because I want to shoot zombies, duh.
"Exactly.
it's fun.
Because it's fun."
Because I can. Markiplier
What's your
reference.
favorite game?
Hide and seek.
Spore.
That's a good game.
Spore
Been playing
is
it
fun.
since I was 2. Spore is fun.
See, hide and seek never loses its funness. Like, oh man, if you have like a big house and a lot of people, it's so much fun, especially in the dark. After the
Yes.
sun goes down, you turn off all the lights and everybody goes and hides. Like, that's the most joy that I've ever felt.
Really?
It's so fun.
I'd
love
love to
hide and
play
seek.
hide and seek in a castle
Oh,
with like 20 people.
I just yawned.
Don't yawn into the microphone. Okay.
You'll get it moist.
Ew. Polly, can you stop? Who's scratching?
Somebody.
Tiggery.
Okay, our cats are declawed. So it's just making a
Polly. I thought
They're having a great old time chewing on foam and
too loud.
doing all that jazz.
They're so cute. I can't even tell them to stop, but it really is quite loud.
Well,
Okay.
Half of this stuff.
Should we introduce ourselves? Like, we're gonna do terrible icebreakers. I've
yeah,
just
let's
decided.
do an icebreaker type
Um,
deal.
your name, your age, and your favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show.
Like your actual favorite, even if it's terrible.
All right. Full honesty, I like it.
Mm.
All right. You start since you want to do the icebreaker.
Dang it. Okay. My name is Leslie. I am 21. That took too much thought. And my favorite TV show, if I'm being 100% honest, is The Vampire Diaries. It's garbage, and I love it so much. It's so bad.
I've never seen Vampire Diaries.
Oh boy. It's like the most melodramatic. Every scene takes place like in the rain or at night, and it's about vampires, obviously. So it's like
So
14-year-old
the
the
ultimate.
best.
So the ultimate stockpile of cheese.
It's so good. It has like a really good soundtrack though. Like all the episodes end with like absolute bangers.
Hey, if it's got a good soundtrack, good.
Yes, it is. Okay, Seth, you go next.
Okay, my name is Seth. I am 19. I'm gonna be 20 in like 2 weeks. So,
I'm going to be 20 in like December.
bang.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, and my favorite TV show is probably either the A-Team or Psych. And the one thing they both have in common is that I wasn't able to finish them before they took it off of Netflix.
Tragic.
That
like-
is tragic.
I was in the final season of A-Team, and I couldn't even finish it, and then
Netflix is the devil.
yeah.
It's like,
They
oh, you're
wrecked
watching this show
VeggieTales.
now?
You're liking
I'm going to
this?
take it away from you.
Let me ruin it for you.
They destroyed VeggieTales,
They
and
gave
they're
them
probably
irises.
going to destroy Narnia.
Garbage. Trash.
Garbage, trash, wouldn't try again.
Refuse.
All right,
There's some other words for garbage. Keep going.
my turn. My name is Caleb. I'm 20. And my favorite TV show of all time is Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. I've watched all of it like 3 times. It's amazing. It's childish and so great. I just
like
love
it.
it so much.
It is cute.
I'm a cartoon lover.
Yep.
That's on the internet forever.
Hey, man. People like Adventure Time.
Yeah. It's got a good style, too.
Mm.
Very unique.
Yeah.
It's like it relaxes your brain. Like when you accidentally watch a kid's show that you used to watch when you were a kid, you like revert back to that relaxed state where you weren't stressed about existing because it's so expensive.
I believe it was last night. Yeah, it was last night. I compiled the list of 15 cases where a set of Disney characters had the same first name. Because there are not enough names to go around.
Apparently.
Okay, first one. Abigail. From Aristocats and Big Hero 6.
Nifty.
Also, there were 3 pennies throughout the Disney canon. 101 Dalmatians, Rescuers, and Bolt. If you guys...
I just got one question for you.
Yo.
Why did you compile this list? What was the purpose, or what motivated you to do this?
Well, I realized that Abigail was a name that was used twice, and I thought, hey, there should be other cases where that happened, so... And
I see.
How many Disney characters are named like
John.
Muhammad? Or like these really common names that you hear.
yeah, those are the ones that I excluded from this list because they were way too common. Like,
Are there Muhammads? I can't think of.
I don't think there's a single Disney character that's named Muhammad.
Disney's still racist.
Where's my Muhammads?
Disney Mo? Is that how you spell it?
There's a lot of ways to spell it, actually.
Well,
Fun
Ronald
fact.
M. Jeffrey, that's a employee at Disney.
Oh, good for them.
Great.
10 out of 10. We beat racism, everybody.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I already shared what I thought was going to be my topic right at the beginning, so now I got to come up with a new one. Okay, here's a nice one. I just wrote down, me and my brother shared a bed at one point, ...
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
This,
Story time.
it's a little bit of a story, but
Remember when we used
it's
to...
also just life. I have many siblings. 6. I have 6 siblings, and of which I'm the oldest. There was a point in my life where there weren't enough beds to go around, and so
Not enough
me and
names, not
my
enough beds.
my next youngest brother, we shared the same bed for like 2 years. Now the funny thing is it was a bunk bed, but there was no mattress on the top bed.
Uh-oh.
We did not have the mattress for the top.
I remember that.
The big white
Might...
horrible squeaky bed.
Didn't we steal it from you after you stopped using it?
I think you're
Wait a
right.
second.
I'm pretty sure that was your bed for a long time.
Wait.
It like turned
Caleb,
into a couch.
Caleb, you and I both tore that thing apart together. Because when we moved, we didn't have room for. Because for the longest time, we modded that bed so I had the top bunk and then there was a desk below.
Instead of the other foldy bed that was there before.
Yeah, and then when we moved, we knew that we weren't going to be doing that for much longer because it would be a killer to move it. So we basically just tore the whole thing apart, and me, my dad, and Caleb, we you could not fix this thing. We just I think we stripped some of the screws tearing it apart.
Oh,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
it
The
took
screws
so
were
long.
stripped already. What a nice circular ending for that bed.
Yeah,
It
that
was yours,
bed-
and then it was his, and then you destroyed it together.
Yeah.
It had a happy ending.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
On its way to the dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that,
And also my roller chair still has scratches from the desk.
oh really?
It's because it's got fuzz and then there's some torn up sections of fuzzy
Beautiful.
lint sections.
That's all I got for that one.
All right. Leslie, remember when we used to swap beds at one point?
We wouldn't just swap beds. We would. This is when we were little. What?
Tinies.
Seth and Leslie
6
are
and 7.
siblings, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Brother and sister and best buddy.
We've known Caleb forever.
Eternity.
I can't remember a time when I didn't
Yeah,
know
no.
him.
You guys, I think you guys have been at all or almost all of my birthdays, especially my early childhood ones.
Yeah. I think I was dressed up as Mr. Incredible in your superhero themed one.
Amazing.
I
What
think
was
that was-
I? Was I there? I feel like I was.
No.
What?
No, I can't remember most of my life.
Yeah.
So
Discrimination. Okay.
that reminds me of a story.
Carry on.
I need to write it
Yay.
down. Hold on.
Yay. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. So, for most of my life, I have been absolutely just terrified of the ocean. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. It's a very logical fear. That is entirely too much water in one spot. Anyway, it was so bad that I couldn't look at pictures of things in the deep water. If you showed me a picture of a whale, I would convulse on the floor.
Yeah, you couldn't watch Finding Nemo.
I
And not because it was sad, it was because it was in the ocean.
like sad movies. Anyway, recently, I have been, for whatever reason, getting over that fear, which has been really exciting because now I can learn about sharks and stuff. It's great.
Sharks are cool, man.
They're so cool, man. Frick.
I love sharks.
I want to swim with sharks. So,
A real 180.
straight up, this new found, like, what would you call it? Confidence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has led to me discovering some less than pleasant things about the ocean. So I'm going to talk about a couple of deep sea creatures that I didn't know existed until like 2 weeks ago. They're the worst. First of all, we're going to start with the big fin squid.
The big fin squid, huh?
So the squid itself isn't particularly big. I think the body is only like 8 inches long.
Okay, so
Maybe?
pretty tiny.
Yeah, not that big. Its fins are like huge though. Hence its name.
Like, what's its wingspan?
I don't know, man. I'd guess like 16 inches. So its wings are like the size of its body, and they go, and it's kind of cool at the top. And then you stop looking at the top, and it gets less cool because this thing has elbows.
What? A squid with elbows.
I hate it. It's the worst. It literally, like, it's got these offshoots of arms that stick straight out. There's like 9 of them or 10 of them or however many tentacles squids have. They just stick straight out. And then its tentacles, which are 8 meters long, by the way.
That's disgusting.
That's too long for something that's like 8 inches. They just dangle down to the floor. It's horrifying, and it lives on the same planet as me, and I don't appreciate that. Anyway.
Polly.
Can you stop? Okay, anyway.
What's next on this list of terrifying ocean creatures?
Next on the list of terrifying ocean creatures is the gulper eel.
We always hated that one.
I knew that existed. I just didn't look at it ever until recently. It's terrible.
It's just a great big mouth with a tail on it.
It literally is.
Like, the proportions of its eyes to his tail is the same as, like, Nightmare Fredbear from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Have you seen a picture of it when its mouth is full of water, though?
Yes.
It's awful.
I don't want to know.
It's so
It's
huge.
just big, blobby, wobbly sphere of flesh, and then he opens his mouth, and it's just...
It looks like a balloon with teeth.
Yeah. Like...
It's very disgusting.
They're not that big. They're only like... What is she doing?
She like jumped.
Yikes.
Again.
They're like between 1 and 3 meters long. Like
That's still too big.
It's they shouldn't exist at all. But their mouth...
Get them off the planet.
from
Ship them to
side
Mars.
side is probably half of their body length. Why do you need so much mouth?
You don't even have that much stomach.
Why?
Hey, man, when you can't see your food, who knows what's coming at you?
Hey, man. Speaking of why do you need that much stomach, this is the next thing. I don't even want to call it a fish. It's awful. It's called a black swallower fish. Now, these
What?
really do live in the bottom of the ocean where there has never been light and never will be light.
The crevices
What?
of the earth.
It's great. Oh, someone's dying. Wow. Okay.
Cats are tearing it up upstairs.
You can hear them.
They're having a race.
Where was I? Black swallower fish can swallow and digest. I don't know why that was such an important detail. They can digest, in fact,
Wow.
What do they digest?
things that are, I believe it was up to 3 times bigger than themselves.
What?
Ew. So the black swallower fish is 8 inches long again, I think. There's lots of 8-inch things in the ocean. But its stomach, when it eats something that's bigger than itself, it distends out of
Oh, I
its
know what you're
body.
talking
Have
about.
you seen these things? They're
Yeah.
terrible. Like, it's this
It's so
clear
nasty.
sack of digesting fish.
Yuck.
Blech. Ew. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about, because the other two I have written down in, I think they're like Latin name. I don't know why I did that, but I can't remember what they are. Why am I like this? The last thing I want to talk about is the isopod, which was a meme a little while ago.
Yes, I remember quite clearly.
Why? I want to know why we all pretended like isopods stopped activating our flight or fight responses for
Activating.
like 2 weeks.
Dividing.
That was a really weird way of saying. Anyway, in case you haven't seen one somehow, or in case you haven't seen one in, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you haven't seen one beside a person. These things are almost like they're like a foot long. Like think of a bug the size of your forearm, and that's an isopod. Like, you know those roller bugs?
There's spiders that size.
No, I know
A
about the
foot
things.
long spider?
Ah,
That's disgusting.
it lives in
A
Brazil,
pineapple
right?
under the
I
sea?
think so.
SpongeBob SquarePants. What?
Anyway,
Ah, okay. They're terrible. They live on the bottom of bodies of water. I don't think they're particularly deep sea
no.
creatures, but they're gross. And I don't know why we all were like, haha, this is funny. The whole that was
Because
a terrible time for me.
Meme culture is one of the most beautiful and strange. I don't want to say it's art.
But it is.
It is in a way.
Dadaism.
It is.
It's beautiful. I love it. Except for the isopod part.
It's like political art, kind of.
Yes?
Yes and no. It's many things. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Don't think about it too hard. We're
It's like a
gonna ruin
Rubik's
memes.
Cube. Except it's definitely not. I really tried to relate it to it being a Rubik's Cube.
It
But
is and it isn't anything. It is something and it isn't something.
It's very strange.
You need to stop yawning into the microphone, man.
It's 7:45.
What? That's like
It's
early.
7:45. Old man Seth. Okay.
This is the podcast.
Bedtime.
Voices of mine.
Yay. Who has other things to talk about?
Let's talk about the smoke that rolled in today.
Holy wow! That was yesterday, by the way.
That
Just
apocalypse
gonna
weather.
correct you really quick before I let you move on and talk about the thing you wanted to talk
All right,
about.
all right.
Okay.
So basically,
Yeah.
we live at the bottom of the mountains in the prairies of Canada. And annually, there are forest fires that happen to our neighbors in British Columbia. And what this means is that the smoke climbs over the mountains and settles nicely on the prairies. So our entire city right now is enveloped in a thick smoke.
It's like all the way up to at least the middle of Alberta and
Okay.
all the way down.
This is how bad it is. For those of you who don't know or have been living under a rock, we have an air quality health index. It's at 10.
I
Out
didn't
of
know
10.
what that meant until this morning.
So
Yeah.
basically what that means is if you are able to breathe, try not to outside. Especially if you have like asthma or other lung disorders.
Yeah,
You're going to have a bad time.
we had like 3 people call in sick at work today because they have asthma, and they're like, "Hi, I can't go outside right now."
It's pretty bad.
It's terrible. Visibility, I think you literally can see not even a kilometer.
Well, as of this afternoon, it's cleared up since then.
It's slowly clearing
It is
up.
getting better, yeah.
But this afternoon I was driving down like a highway, and again, we're on the prairie, so it's not like there's a whole bunch of mountains or like hills.
Like
It just on this flat highway, I couldn't see a full kilometer ahead. of me.
think some of the promotional material from Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It does look like a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, it really does.
And as I said multiple times yesterday, It smells like hell,
It's terrible.
except hell will be infinitely worse.
So it
smells
doesn't
like,
smell like hell at all.
It
That's
smells
what
like
you're trying to say.
a
It's a
little bit
taste
like
of
hell.
hell.
Ooh,
No,
fun.
it smells like a camp.
But all the time, you can't escape it. And it's not even like it's
Okay.
like you put your face directly above a fire, and all of the smoke is just billowing straight up your nostrils into
What-
your brain.
What it really smells like is
Forest
like what your
fire.
clothes smell like after
Yeah.
you've been camping for a week.
Yeah, I got I got to check my
But like your face is like in the clothes.
If you sat in front of a campfire for like 3 hours, and then the next day took the sweater you were wearing and buried your face in it and took like a nice long deep breath,
That's what it smells like.
Yeah.
all the time, inside and outside. Actually, I haven't noticed much of a difference.
Yeah, no, I made the mistake of leaving my window open all night last night.
Sucker.
So probably every single piece of clothing that I own smells like smoke right now.
Man.
I closed the window last night.
Smoke is.
Everyone else had gone to bed.
That's true. Somebody opened the window yesterday, and I was like, "Who? Why? Who did that?"
It was the same window that
You're allowed to say it out loud.
I didn't want to confuse
Let's
anyone.
talk about our dead cat. Okay.
Okay, we used to have a cat called Chester. We've had him for 13 years.
He was my cat, by the way.
One night, we had a window open. We're not sure if he went through it, but he just disappeared on us and was never seen again.
I'm pretty sure he went through it if he just disappeared. Otherwise, he's like hiding in the rafters all dead, which is much worse.
You'll smell it one day. That cat he hated not just me, he hated everyone. But I feel like he particularly hated me
No.
No.
You were one of his favorites.
Really?
That's how much he hated
he sat on your lap
everybody else.
once without.
Really?
no
I really
bath.
thought I was just like something was wrong with me or something.
Aw.
No, I
No.
didn't think that, but
I think your little brother told me that he had sighted a cat that looked like Chester on his front lawn.
There's lots of cats that look like Chester.
Like a little skinny, but
Just kind of skinny, gray, fluffy.
well, he's skinny now.
well, he's dead now.
I like to imagine.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Definition.
Spoiler alert.
Do you want to know the definition of spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert.
Oh boy.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Noun. Used when telling a little known fact applying to real world people or situations.
Spoiler alert.
Coined by Rhett James McLaughlin by accident.
Oh, Red and Link.
Red and Link.
Red.
Also, do you want to know the definition of world?
Say that
World.
one more time.
World.
World.
Not world like save the world. It's
Save the world.
I've spelled it WOURLD. The L
World.
is mostly silent.
Okay.
A word coined on the spot by accident, typically synonymous with, if not more specific than, what the speaker was trying to say.
I don't know what you mean.
So like
I also have no idea what that meant.
What?
okay. It's just those of you at home play that back a couple of times to ensure that you understand it.
Watch our video more.
There will be a test. Okay.
The entirety of the semester depends on it.
Oh, there's so much pressure.
Yes.
You shall not pass.
Yeet.
So better not
Yes.
next year.
We're so good at this. Oh, the smoke.
Yes.
We talked about it already.
We talked about it
We
already.
talked about Chester.
Talked about Chester. We talked about Okay, so to cover, we've talked about dead cats, smoke, deep sea creatures, and the use of a bathroom.
Ooh. Where do you work, Caleb?
I work at a little coffee shop called Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
If
There's one within every
Like every 800
half
meters.
kilometer.
it's if you're not from Canada, which
Some of you may not be.
come to Canada, it's nice.
Yeah.
You'll find one. You can't go a block without seeing a Tim Hortons. Like they're just everywhere. That's Canada's coffee.
It sucks. I hate their
You don't
coffee.
like Tim
Canada's
Hortons
donuts.
I
coffee?
don't like Tim Hortons coffee. It's watery and it tastes like cigarette ashes.
You're right, by the way. I like McDonald's coffee more than Tim Hortons coffee.
Me too.
I don't drink coffee, so I can't.
You don't
Judge.
get an opinion.
Yeah.
Not yet. We haven't converted. Wow.
I
Having a
tried.
stroke.
I tried getting a sip of coffee, and I was like, nope, still not for me.
You just gotta power through a whole
You
cup
just
real
gotta-
fast.
Everybody starts by putting like way too much cream and sugar in their coffee so that it tastes like a coffee crisp bar. And then like you slowly cut back until you drink it black.
Yes.
Then
You
you're
drink your
real-
coffee black?
I do most of the time.
Ooh, I love black coffee.
If I'm having a really bad day, I put like a lot of cream and sugar in it.
Like, I need the energy boost.
It needs to make me feel good.
Yeah, and listen, I don't like working at Tim Hortons. Please boycott Tim Hortons. I want to see them suffer.
Trying to burn them into the ground. Are you like allowed to say that? Are you gonna
Even
lose
if
your
I'm
job?
not, I don't care. Fire me.
On next week's episode, Caleb will tell us what being fired feels like.
Yes.
How he escaped termination.
No.
Timination.
Tim.
The Timinator.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes, that was
Okay.
a stretch.
Where do you work, Seth?
I work at a wee little company called Co-op.
Face is so far away from the microphone.
Okay, I'm gonna go like this
Just hold it.
because I had in the stand that I was holding up with my leg. Because I'm
Hold it close.
So, specifically, I work in the field of, this isn't the official name, but gas jockey.
He's in the oil and gas industry.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And despite that, I still have no idea. I know nothing about the oil economy. I don't even know when it's going to change or what it's going to change to.
Don't even worry about
Yeah.
with yourself about that.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
My English is gooder.
Okay.
yeah. We basically have 16 pumps out there. 4 of them. The last 4 are for full serve. Those are the only 4 pumps that we have to worry about. And yeah, not much really happens. But
He's the reason you don't have to get out of your car to fill it up in the middle of winter.
yeah. And I have to power through all the cold weather and snow and the freaking terrible Christmas music selection. It's awful.
That's just. Is it the radio?
Yeah, it's like a common radio that that like half the stores in the country use. And yeah.
It just plays the same 5 songs over and over and over all winter.
No, like nothing repeats. Like the same song plays every day, but it doesn't repeat like every hour, but
Oh, I see.
it's
Oh, so it's like a CD that they just put in, basically.
I
It's
guess,
like
I guess so.
an
It's
18-hour long playlist. They
It's
just
like a s-
play it every day.
yeah, it's like a subscription. I
Yikes.
think so. But yeah. And yeah, it's just I
Not a fan of Christmas music, huh?
well, I'm a fan of good like old school Christmas music, Frank Sinatra, Amy
Oof,
Grant's
Frank
Christmas
Sin-
album.
Amy Grant. That's like old school Christmas.
Yeah, it's like I think that's 80s.
Yes.
I like
Everything Mom listened to when we were growing up.
yes.
Yo, that's the
Boney
music.
M.
Boney
Boney M's
M, hey.
Christmas album is the best Christmas album. Don't even fight me. Like I'm right. I'm just right.
And I'm gonna say Dolly Parton and Kenny
No.
Rogers. That's like the border of what I can emotionally put up with. But I swear, if
I can
if
barely
Toy Town
emotional.
comes on, I'm just gonna be like I came up with lyrics to the first few notes like hate this song I loathe with every fiber in my soul.
You sound like the Grinch.
Yeah, that song makes me feel like the Grinch.
That's amazing.
Those songs will bring out the Grinch in anybody.
I love it.
Dang.
I'm going to very strongly disagree with you on Dolly Parton. I can't listen to her.
Ooh, not a Dolly Parton fan, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I just don't like the way she sings.
Hey, we all got opinions,
Savvy.
and sometimes they're wrong.
Wow.
Very subtle.
I work at a pool, which I will not name because I really like my job and I want to keep it, and I still want to be able to tell stories about it on here because it's a lot of fun.
Good.
Been there for like 4 years. Ugh.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
long
not.
time.
I'm not going to tell any of my coworkers about this because if my boss gets wind of this and he starts listening, and I just like completely diss the job.
Freedom
not
of
realize-
speech, man. Freedom of
Yeah,
speech.
He
If you're not specific about which place you work
But I
at,
just said where I work.
Yeah, but
Well, not
there's
the
more than
location,
one
anyway.
co-op gas bar, though.
there's lots of.
Well,
co-op
is there
gas
more than
bars.
one guys named Seth who work at a gas bar?
That's
Probably not.
too much. Digging they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
But they know what I sound like.
They're not going to fire you for something you say on a podcast.
it's fine.
That would be a stretch. I think you could win that legal battle.
Yeah.
For sure, you could.
Okay.
Anyway, I work at a leisure center. It's not just a pool, it's like a water park, which means that it has all the fun of being a lifeguard / swim instructor, plus add in some of the most dangerous structures humanity has ever invented.
Yeah, like the roller coaster that was meant to kill its riders ain't got nothing on it.
Oh, like water slides are a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
Who invented them? What the heck?
Sir Donald McWaterslide.
Wow. What a terrible.
That's
dude.
actually the etymology of the word sandwich. A guy named.
The Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah. He invented the method of eating.
Anyway, back to water slides.
He invented eating.
He invented that method of eating.
in your mouth.
That's my favorite.
The method of eating. Put it on a t-shirt.
Who invented eating?
The Earl of Sandwich.
Earl of Sandwich. He invented putting things in your mouth and swallowing them to get them into your stomach. Before that,
It was
we
just
used to cut open
osmosis.
holes in our stomachs and just shove the food in there. And so
Yeah, remember the guy who got shot in the stomach and then the scientist put food in that little hole?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah.
No.
Apparently, the guy got shot. And he left the hole open so he could study stomach acids.
No. Seth,
That's the 8 o'clock
you
alarm.
didn't turn off your alarm. My phone isn't on silent, actually. I just realized. I can't make fun of you.
I have an alarm that goes off at 8 o'clock.
And now it's not working. So we're just going to ignore
Is it
that.
dead?
No, it just didn't do the thing.
Yeah, but by the way, the pumps that we have at work, they are buggy, they are slow, and they are very picky about which button you press.
Try working with people all day.
They're also very picky
They're
about which
buggy
buttons you
and
press.
slow and picky about which buttons you press.
Yeah, I need to start a petition at my work to get a programmer to just debug all the pumps because sometimes they just get stuck on the 1 moment please screen.
Wish you could debug people. I've had that happen to me actually at that gas bar.
Yeah.
Where
I
I'm filling
call
up
that
and it just doesn't, and I'm like,
I call that 1 moment freeze.
Ha 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 ha.
You're the first
Jokes.
person who's laughed.
It's pretty
You're the first
funny.
person who's laughed at that.
Yikes.
Oof.
Oh,
Tough crowd,
does
I
that
guess.
say more about me or you?
I don't know.
I've never had a problem at a gas station before.
Really?
Not ever in my life.
You've only been driving for a little while, though.
Yeah, but whenever I would drive around with like my mom or I love pumping gas. Like just standing outside and holding down the thing. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
at our gas
there's
You
something
guys should
fun
switch
about it.
jobs.
at our gas bar you don't have to do that. There's a little catch that you flip open.
Yeah, but
to
that's
keep
not
it
that's
on.
not fun.
That's
You
a
gotta
thing
hold
at
it
every
down.
gas bar.
But
You
I
just
think you need to do that because if the other guy's on break, there's only you out there, and you need to deal with all the other cars. You need to.
Oh yeah, well if it's your job, but if it's just me fueling my car, you know I'm going to just hold that down with my hand. I've never seen Zoolander.
What?
It doesn't look that great.
Movie night. After we record this, we're gonna fix that. We're watching Zoolander. I'll make popcorn.
Okay, then I'm in.
That was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. Can we get
Wow.
an easy button? I'm going to get an easy button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I went
Along
into
with speech jammer.
like.
Go on.
I went into Staples. That's what it's called.
Perfect.
That's where the
Literally.
easy button comes from. For
gonna
those who
die.
don't know.
I couldn't find one.
You couldn't find the easy buttons?
No,
They
I
usually
don't
have a
know.
bin full of them.
I don't know,
meter
man.
stick. That was way. Do meter sticks are
They're a meter
can do it.
long, and they're sticks.
but except they vary in length. Like the
No.
one you gave, like the one you lent me, I built a sword out of it, and then I measured with the actual meter stick. The one that I used to make that sword is shorter than the one I got at Staples. I don't know why.
Sometimes math don't do what it has to do right. That was a whole sentence right there.
What noise was that?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe it was just a bad stick. Looks like we're running out of material. Let's do a story. And we'll end this thing.
Okay.
Who wants to tell your story?
Who wants to piddle it badoot? Recently, I had learned how to ride my bike. I was 6.5 years old when I learned to ride a bike.
Late bloomer.
A little bit of a late bloomer, but you know what? That's fine. I can ride a bike now, and I know how to ride a bike now, and that's all that matters. But when I figured out that I was able to ride a bike, I fell in love with riding my bike. In the house that we lived in at the time, there was a path that basically just went around in circles. That I would just ride my bike around in circles for hours. I don't know why, but I love doing that. And on this path there's a giant hill. Like it's a big hill. And it's covered in dirt. Well, it's covered in grass now, but at the time it was just dirt. And I was just out. Me and my parents were out going for a bike ride. And I told them I'm gonna ride down this hill really fast. And they're like, okay. And so I got on my bike and I pushed off and I went down this hill. And I don't know why I decided to do this, but I was like turning my handlebars like I thought I was the coolest kid.
Like how they do in the movies, like a...
Yeah, just swerving in and out of lanes.
I made that noise because there's no visual.
But I'm going down this hill really fast, and my wheels are turning. Not horizontally, but vertically. And something magical happens. I turn the handlebar 90 degrees at the same time that I hit a rock.
Oh.
And
So you
I
just-
Supermaned off the front of my bike and just ate it. I hit the dirt and I slid down this hill so far. And my mouth and my nose was just filled with dirt.
Oh, man.
I'd scraped my arms. I burst into tears. And
As we all
I was so sure that I was never going to ride a bike again. I was mad. I'm never going to ride a bike again. As I have tears that are like mixing with the dirt. I was a mess.
Mud tears.
Yeah, man. I looked like a mess. But luckily, my parents picked me up and said, "You're going to get back on that bike and you're going to try again." And I did. And I didn't fall that time.
Yeah.
And then I was okay. So moral of the story is, don't eat dirt.
Lit.
That's all I got.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Do we want to plug our social medias?
Nope. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
See you next time. Gotta go fast!
Yeet
Gotta go
thyself
fast and eat
into
chili
the
dogs.
rain chamber.
Meow.
I only asked you one. 20 to off.
Wapush!
Ruined it.
I'm going to the store, I'm gonna get some more. I just don't know what to get anymore. I'm a cowboy at the store. Why am I here? I left my horse at home.